Happy Friday, YouTube! It's me, Chaz Christopher, and in this week's video, we're gonna be having another story time with Chaz. I was a SeaWorld marine mammal trainer for 7 years, up until April of 2013.
Gentlemen, you've been an amazing audience, and I am sad to say that you have been my last audience.
When I left to pursue something else in my life, how did I get the dream job? What are my thoughts is happening right now? Around elementary school, I knew that I wanted to do something with animals. I'd always had a love with animals, especially dolphins. So it wasn't until middle school when I was in the science club, Nerds Unite, they offered us a chance to go to SeaWorld and we were gonna get to stay the night there for like 2 nights, go backstage, all of this stuff. And so I thought, I love animals. So we go to SeaWorld, we get backstage, the killer whales and their trainers are having like the time of their lives. I mean, they're throwing balls back and forth, the trainers are running around their pools, and it just seemed like everybody was having a blast. And then a trainer came over and talked to us and let us know what was going on, that they were having what is called a playtime. And I remember thinking in that moment, you're getting paid to do this? That's wild. I want to do this. But I still was kind of on the fence. From the Killer Whale Stadium, we went to the Beluga Dolphin Stadium. We talked to another trainer there, and the Beluga whales started squirting the trainers behind them, just being goofy to try to get attention, and it made me laugh. And watching the trainers' response to it, I thought, oh my God, these people could never beat them. They're so sweet. You just see the love pouring out to them. And in that moment, I made this decision. I was gonna be a marine mammal trainer at SeaWorld. Although admittedly, I did have some other ideas. I thought I could be an astronaut, actor, whatever, but SeaWorld was at the top of my list and I was gonna do whatever it took to make it happen. And I really did start putting the gears in motion there. I started asking the trainers, well, what do I need to do? How do I pursue this? What should I be taking in school now? Really honestly, I couldn't do too much in school at that point except for join swim team, which I did. And I spent my high school career trying to get as much large animal experience as I could by volunteering with different vets. I had cattle at my house. I grew up on a ranch. We had horses and cattle, and I tried to get as much experience with them as I could. When I turned 16, I actually started working at SeaWorld, which is silly because I lived 4.5 hours away from SeaWorld. So after school on Friday, I would leave school, get in my car, drive to SeaWorld. If I got there in time, work a little bit Friday night, work all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and drive back after work on Sunday, get up Monday morning and have swim practice. It was crazy to even think that I did this with my life, but it was amazing because this provided me this amazing escape to go away, get out of 4.5 hours away, live my whole totally different life that I had there, while also working closer to becoming an animal trainer. So when I started off at SeaWorld was as a lifeguard, and I quickly made my way up to management, and then I made my way up even higher to where I trained the lifeguards, which ultimately I then trained the animal trainers because they had to have lifeguarding classes as well. So I got my foot in the door. By the time that I was in college, I knew what I needed to do. So by the time I started college, I had all the courses lined up I knew I needed to take. I got scuba certified. I kept talking to the person that was overtraining at SeaWorld, and I ended up trying out to become an animal trainer because they had an opening which involved a swim test, an intense swim test to say the least, in the middle of February, which I was working at SeaWorld in San Antonio, so their February is not as bad as other people's Februarys. However, on the day that I did audition, it was probably 35 degrees and the waters kept at about 62 degrees. So the water actually felt kind of warm when you first jumped in, which normally is not the case. It feels incredibly cold. You don't have a wetsuit. You have to do the whole swim test in whatever swim trunks you want. And I did it. I got the interview, and maybe a few days later, I was told I got the position. At the time when I started, you had to start as an apprentice animal trainer. You didn't necessarily have to have very much experience because you weren't going to be working with the animals that much to begin with. You're cleaning buckets, cleaning the fish room, lots of cleaning, doing laundry, cleaning the bathrooms, and whenever you had free time, the animal trainers above you would introduce you to the animals and start teaching you the fundamental basics of animal training, and you slowly piece it together. As the years go on, you get more experience, positions come open, you could move up the ladder. And then I did. I worked all the way up to a senior animal trainer. I worked mainly at the Dolphin, which at SeaWorld San Antonio, Pacific White-sided Dolphins in Beluga Whale Stadium. sea lion, walrus, and otter stadium.
Flippers up for the national anthem.
I didn't have too much interactions at the Killer Whale Stadium because I was involved in safety. I did work around that stadium a lot, but I was never there for an extended period of time like I was at Sea Lion and Dolphin. We loved the animals so much, and the animals are amazing. I mean, I always tell people it's like working with the dog, but so much more intelligent. At the end of the day, all these trainers care about these animals so much. These are your babies. We spend more time with these animals than we do our own family. Or, if you had a dog, you see these animals more than you see your own dog. Here's what it comes down to at the end of the day with my personal feelings. When somebody leaves and they now are cognizant of the animals that live in the ocean because they met an animal at SeaWorld. Our oceans are in major despair right now. We are overfishing, we have tons of plastic, there is killer whale species on the verge of extinction right now. That is crazy, that's where the animal rights needs to go. We have messed up our oceans, we need to fix that. If anything, these animals are supposed to be ambassadors for their cousins in the ocean. We have to focus on cleaning up our oceans. We have to do better. I don't ever want us to forget about the animals that live in the ocean. And I fear that if we don't ever get up and close and personal with them or learn the difference between what a sea lion is and what a seal is, or what a walrus is and an otter is, that we're gonna forget about all the animals that inhabit the oceans, and all of our actions that we do every day become meaningless. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for being you, and most importantly, you do you, I'll do me, and I'll see you next Friday.